Welcome to my channel, Lobby 22. Hold on because it's going to be something incredible. After 20 years of marriage, James discovers his wife Lauren's secret life, fueled by new friends and bold TikTok rants. Her sudden exit leaves him reeling, but a hidden truth about her past sparks a fiery confrontation. Will James's quiet strength outshine her betrayal on a dramatic yacht showdown? Packed with twists, this tale of love and revenge will leave you speechless. In the sun-drenched suburbs of San Diego, James Carter, 48, and Lauren, 45, had crafted a life that sparkled on the surface. Married for 20 years, they raised two teenagers, Sophie, 17, and Noah, 15, in a breezy coastal home filled with surfboards and family photos. James, a software engineer, thrived on routine, while Lauren, a yoga instructor, brought vibrancy to their days. Their love had weathered job losses and teen tantrums, but James thought they were unbreakable. Until the cracks began to show. It started with Lauren's new yoga group. She'd always been passionate, but her new friends, Zoe and Mia, lit a different fire. Late-night chats about reclaiming your power spilled into their home. James noticed Lauren's phone buzzing constantly, her laughter reserved for texts he wasn't part of. "They're inspiring," she'd say, her eyes bright. James nodded, happy for her, but unease crept in. Over dinner, she'd talk about women trapped by routine, her words sharp. "Don't you ever want more, James?" she asked one night, her gaze piercing. He shrugged, confused. "I'm happy with us." But her silence said otherwise. The shift grew undeniable. Lauren started attending retreats, coming home with buzzwords like authenticity and self-liberation. James tried to engage, asking about her workshops, but her answers were vague, her smile tight. One evening, he overheard her on a call. "I'm done being just a mom and wife. I need to live for me." The words hit like a tidal wave. James stood frozen outside their bedroom, heart racing. When had their life become a cage? Lauren's new obsession was TikTok. She posted videos about breaking free, her confidence magnetic. One clip, filmed in their backyard, showed her saying, "You don't have to stay stuck at 45. Comments poured in, praising her boldness. James watched, a knot in his chest. Was she talking about him? He tried to brush it off, suggesting a family movie night. "Too busy," Lauren said, eyes on her phone. Sophie noticed too, rolling her eyes. "Mom's acting like a teenager," she muttered to James. Noah was quieter, hurt flickering in his eyes. The first major blow came when Lauren announced a solo trip to Miami. "I need space to grow," she said, packing with a fervor James didn't recognize. He wanted to protest but saw her determination. "Just come back to us," he said, his voice soft. She nodded, but her eyes were elsewhere. James called Sophie, seeking reassurance. "She's just stressed, Dad," Sophie said, but doubt lingered in her tone. Alone, James scrolled through Lauren's TikTok. A post from Miami showed her dancing with Zoe and Mia, captioned, "Free at last." His heart sank. Free from what? While Lauren was gone, James kept busy, fixing bugs at work and helping Noah with homework. But the house felt hollow. He checked her social media, each post a stab. One video showed her laughing on a beach, saying, "This is what living feels like." James slammed his laptop shut, anger rising. When Lauren returned, she was transformed, her hair chopped into a sleek pixie cut, her demeanor cold. She barely hugged him, her touch fleeting. "Good trip?" he asked. "Life-changing," she replied, avoiding his gaze. That night, in bed, the space between them felt like an ocean. Lauren's distance grew. She spent evenings editing videos or at meetups, leaving James to cook for the kids. One night, she came home late, buzzing with energy. "The retreat was incredible," she said, not noticing James's silence. He tried to connect, asking, "What's making you so happy?" Her smile faded. "You wouldn't understand, James. I'm finding myself." He wanted to argue, to beg her to see him, but her words stopped him. The next day, he found a note in her planner, "Miami, meet Alex." Who was Alex? His gut twisted, but he pushed the thought away, not ready to face it. The breaking point came during a rare family dinner. Sophie asked Lauren about her videos, her tone sharp. "Why do you keep saying you're trapped?" Lauren's eyes flashed. "Because I am, Sophie. I've given everything to this family." James's fork clattered. "And we're not enough?" he asked, voice low. Lauren stood, her chair scraping. "I need more than this." She walked out, leaving the kids stunned. James sat in the dark later, staring at their wedding photo, wondering if the woman he loved was gone for good. James clung to the hope that Lauren's Miami trip was just a phase, a fleeting escape from routine. But when she returned to their San Diego home, the woman who stepped through the door was unrecognizable. Her pixie cut framed a face that seemed sharper, her eyes distant. She dropped her suitcase with a thud, offering James a curt nod instead of the hug he craved. "How was Miami?" he asked, forcing a smile. "Eye-opening," Lauren replied, brushing past him to check her phone. The warmth of their 20-year marriage felt like a fading memory. Lauren's behavior shifted dramatically. She spent hours editing TikTok videos, her laughter reserved for comments from strangers. One clip, filmed on a Miami rooftop, showed her with Zoe and Mia, clinking cocktails. "Here's to living unapologetically," she said, the caption reading, "No regrets." James watched, his chest tightening. Who was she living for? He tried to ask about her trip, but her answers were vague. Mentions of beaches and inspiring people. When he pressed, she snapped, "I don't need to explain myself, James." The distance grew unbearable. Lauren was rarely home, attending workshops or late-night meetups with her new circle. James took over parenting duties, driving Noah to soccer and helping Sophie with college applications. The kids noticed Lauren's absence too. "Mom's always on her phone," Noah muttered one evening, his voice low. Sophie was blunter. "She's obsessed with her new friends, Dad. It's weird." James nodded, but inside, he felt helpless, watching his family unravel. One night, James couldn't resist checking Lauren's TikTok again. Her latest video was bold. "At 45, I'm done playing small. You can rewrite your story." The comments, thousands of them, called her a queen. James felt like an outsider in his own life. Was he the villain in her new narrative? He wanted to confront her, but fear stopped him. What if she admitted she didn't love him anymore? Instead, he threw himself into work, coding late into the night, trying to drown out the ache. The real shock came when James found a crumpled receipt in Lauren's jacket pocket. Dinner for two at a Miami restaurant, dated during her trip. The name Alex was scribbled on it, along with a phone number. His mind raced. Was Alex one of her friends, or something more? He didn't dare ask, but the seed of doubt took root. He confided in Sophie, showing her the receipt. Her eyes widened. "That's not cool, Dad, but don't jump to conclusions." James nodded, but the name haunted him. Lauren's next move pushed him further away. She announced another trip, a weekend retreat in Santa Barbara. "It's about personal growth," she said, packing with a defiance that stung. James's patience cracked. "What about us, Lauren? You're leaving the kids and me behind." Her eyes flashed. "I'm not your property, James. I need this." The words cut deep, and he let her go, watching her car disappear down the street. Sophie, overhearing, hugged him. "She's being selfish, Dad," she whispered. James didn't respond, but he felt it too. While Lauren was gone, James dug deeper. He checked her public Instagram, finding a photo from the retreat, a group shot with Zoe, Mia, and a man he didn't recognize. The caption read, "Surrounded by my tribe." The man, tagged as an Alex vibe, had his arm around Lauren, their smiles too close for comfort. James's heart pounded. Was this the Alex from the receipt? He wanted to call her, demand answers, but pride held him back. Instead, he texted Noah, "Everything okay with you?" Noah's reply was curt, "Mom's not answering my texts." When Lauren returned, she was even more distant, her energy frenetic. She spent hours in the guest room, filming videos or texting. James tried one last time to connect, cooking her favorite meal, lemon herb chicken. "Can we talk?" he asked, setting the table. Lauren sighed, sitting reluctantly. "What, James?" Her tone was sharp, impatient. "I found a receipt." "Who's Alex?" he blurted, unable to hold back. Her face paled, then hardened. "A friend. You're paranoid." She stood, leaving the food untouched, and walked out. James stared at the empty chair, the name Alex echoing in his mind. That night, he lay awake, the silence deafening. Lauren slept in the guest room, her choice a silent declaration. James checked her TikTok one last time, finding a new video. "Sometimes you have to let go of what's holding you back, even if it hurts." The comments cheered her on, but to James, it was a knife. He turned off his phone, his heart heavy with a truth he wasn't ready to face. Lauren was slipping away, and something or someone named Alex, was part of it. As dawn broke, he vowed to protect his kids and himself, no matter what came next. James's San Diego home, once a haven, now felt like a battlefield. Lauren's return from Santa Barbara only widened the chasm between them. She moved through their house like a ghost, her focus on TikTok videos and late-night texts. James tried to hold the family together, but the kids felt it too. Sophie, 17, snapped, "Mom's never here anymore," while Noah, 15, retreated into silence, hurt by Lauren's absence. James clung to routine, coding, soccer drop-offs, forcing smiles, but inside he was unraveling. Lauren's TikTok posts grew bolder. One video, filmed in a sleek cafe, showed her saying, "You don't need a ring to feel alive. I'm proof." Comments called her empowering, but to James it was a public betrayal. He showed the video to Sophie, whose face darkened. "She's talking about you, Dad. It's messed up." Noah, overhearing, muttered, "She doesn't care about us." James wanted to confront Lauren, but the mysterious Alex from the Miami receipt haunted him. Was she hiding more? The tension boiled over one evening when Lauren came home late from another meetup. James waited in the living room, the TV muted. "We need to talk," he said as she walked in, her eyes on her phone. She sighed, tossing her bag down. "What now, James?" His voice shook. "Who's Alex? And why are you telling the world our marriage is a cage?" Lauren's face tightened. "Alex is a friend, and I'm speaking my truth." James's anger flared. "Your truth is tearing us apart. What about the kids?" She shrugged. "They'll survive." Her coldness stunned him. The next day, James found a clue that changed everything. While cleaning, he discovered an old journal in Lauren's closet tucked behind yoga mats. Pages from years ago revealed a secret. Before their marriage, Lauren had been engaged to a man named Alex, a free-spirited artist who broke her heart. She'd written about fearing she'd settled with James, wondering if she'd missed her real life. The final entry, dated weeks ago, read, "Met Alex again in Miami. He gets me." James's blood ran cold. Was this the same Alex? Had she rekindled an old flame? He confronted Lauren that night, journal in hand. "Is this who you're chasing?" "Your ex." Her eyes widened, then narrowed. "You had no right to read that." She didn't deny it. "It's not what you think, James. Alex just understands me." Her words were a knife. "And I don't?" he asked, voice breaking. Lauren looked away. "I'm filing for divorce. I need to be free." She handed him papers, her signature already scrawled. James felt the ground shift. "What about Sophie and Noah?" he pleaded. "They're strong," she said, walking out. The divorce news hit the kids hard. Sophie cried, blaming Lauren. "She's throwing us away, Dad." Noah was quieter, his pain hidden behind clenched fists. James called a family meeting, just the three of them. "We'll get through this," he promised, though his own heart was shattered. He stopped checking Lauren's TikTok, each video a reminder of her choice. But Sophie showed him one, Lauren in her new downtown apartment, saying, "This is my fresh start. No regrets." James turned away, unable to watch. Desperate for answers, James dug deeper. He found Alex's Instagram at AlexVibe, the man from the retreat photo. His profile was public, artsy shots, cryptic captions, and a recent post with Lauren, their heads close, captioned, "Reunited Souls." Comments speculated about a romance. James's anger surged, but a new resolve took hold. He wouldn't let Lauren's betrayal define him. He started running, the rhythm grounding him, and leaned on Sophie and Noah, who rallied around him. "We're your team, Dad," Sophie said, hugging him. Lauren's absence left a void, but James found strength in routine. He worked late, helped Noah with math, and listened to Sophie's college plans. One night, a coworker invited him to a book reading where he met Claire, a 40-year-old graphic designer with a sharp wit. They clicked over shared stories of resilience, her calm presence a balm. "You seem like someone who's been through it," she said, smiling. James nodded, not ready to share but feeling seen. As he drove home, Claire's number in his phone, he felt a flicker of hope. But Lauren's secret and her choice to leave still burned, pushing him toward a reckoning. James's life in San Diego began to heal, stitch by stitch. 8 months after Lauren's divorce papers, he found solace in Claire, the graphic designer whose quiet strength anchored him. Their dates, sunset walks along La Jolla Cove, late-night talks over coffee, sparked a joy James hadn't felt in years. Sophie and Noah adored Claire, her warmth filling the gaps Lauren left. "She's awesome, Dad," Sophie said, grinning at a family barbecue. Noah nodded, tossing a football. "She makes you smile." James knew they were right, Claire was his fresh start. But Lauren's shadow lingered. Her TikTok videos, now viral, painted her as a beacon of freedom. James avoided them, but Sophie showed him one, Lauren in her downtown apartment, saying, "I chose myself, and it's liberating." The comments praised her, but James saw through the facade. She traded family for followers. Still, he focused on his new life, planning a yacht trip to Catalina Island for Sophie, Noah, and Claire. Claire suggested inviting Lauren. It could help the kids find closure, she said. James hesitated, dreading the tension, but agreed for Sophie and Noah's sake. He texted Lauren, "Join us on the yacht, for the kids." Her reply was curt, "Fine." Sophie pushed harder, calling Lauren. "This is your last chance to act like our mom," she said, her voice firm. Lauren arrived at the dock alone, her face drawn, eyes scanning the group. James introduced Claire, his arm around her. "This is Claire, my partner." Lauren's smile froze, her jaw tightening. "Congrats," she muttered, her gaze flicking to Claire's hand on James's arm. Sophie whispered to Noah, "This is going to be awkward." The yacht set sail, the Pacific sparkling, but a storm was brewing. At first, the trip felt light. Sophie snapping selfies, Noah joking with Claire. Lauren stayed quiet, sipping wine, her eyes on James and Claire. During lunch, Claire tried to break the ice. "Your apartment looks cool in your videos, Lauren. How's downtown?" Lauren's response was sharp. "It's mine. That's what matters." James tensed, sensing her bitterness. As the day wore on, Lauren's silence turned hostile. When Claire laughed at James's story, Lauren scoffed, loud enough for everyone to hear. Noah shot her a look. "Chill, Mom." The tension erupted at sunset. Lauren, emboldened by wine, cornered James on the deck. "You moved on fast," she hissed. "Parading her in front of me? Classy." James's patience snapped. "You left us, Lauren. You chose Alex and your freedom." Her eyes widened at Alex's name, guilt flashing. "You don't know anything," she said, voice shaking. Sophie overheard, stepping in. "We know enough, Mom. You walked out." Lauren's face crumpled, but she doubled down. "I was suffocating. You all held me back." That night, Lauren posted a TikTok video that set the internet ablaze. Filmed in her apartment, tears streaming, she said, "My ex flaunted his new girlfriend to hurt me. I thought we'd always have a bond, but he lied." She claimed James hid Claire to ambush her on the yacht. Comments exploded, some bashing James, others calling Lauren delusional. Sophie was livid, showing James the video. "She's lying, Dad. She's making you the bad guy." Noah's voice was cold. "She's embarrassing herself." The kids took action. Sophie called Lauren, her voice steel. "Take that video down or we're done. You don't get to trash Dad." Noah texted, echoing her demand. Lauren resisted, claiming she was sharing her pain. But the threat of losing her kids hit hard. She posted a retraction. "I was emotional. I'm sorry for any misunderstanding." The apology was weak, but it quieted the storm. James, urged by Claire, chose not to engage. "Let her dig her own hole," Claire said, kissing his cheek. Her calm kept him steady. A new twist emerged when Noah found an old email on Lauren's tablet, left at the house. It was from Alex, dated post-Miami. "I can't do this again, Lauren. You're married. Let's stay friends." James's heart raced. Alex wasn't a lover, but a rekindled dream Lauren chased, only to be rejected again. It explained her desperation, her videos. He showed Sophie, who sighed. "She's lost, Dad." James felt pity but no regret. Lauren's choices were her own. As the yacht trip faded, James and Claire grew closer, planning a future together. Sophie and Noah thrived, their bond with James unbreakable. Lauren's video lingered in James's mind, but he let it go, choosing Claire's laughter over past pain. One night, Lauren texted, "I'm sorry, can we talk?" James stared at the screen, then deleted it. The ocean stretched before him, vast and free, mirroring the life he was building without her. James stood at the edge of his new life in San Diego, the pain of Lauren's betrayal fading like a distant storm. With Claire by his side, he found joy in small moments. Cooking tacos with Sophie and Noah, watching Claire sketch at sunset. Their bond grew unbreakable, a family rebuilt on trust. Sophie, now applying to colleges, leaned on James for advice, while Noah opened up about his dreams of surfing professionally. Claire fit seamlessly, her steady presence a contrast to Lauren's chaos. James felt alive, but Lauren's shadow lingered, her TikTok videos a reminder of the life he'd lost. A month after the yacht trip, Lauren's online presence took a darker turn. She posted a raw video, sitting cross-legged in her sparse apartment, her voice shaky. "I thought I wanted freedom, but I lost everything. My kids, my home, myself." She admitted chasing Alex, her old fiancé, was a mistake, a fantasy that crumbled when he rejected her again. "I hurt my family," she said, tears falling. "I'm trying to fix it." Comments were split. Some offered empathy, others scorned her self-inflicted wounds. Sophie showed James the video, her expression torn. "She sounds broken, Dad, but I'm still mad." Noah was less forgiving. "She made her choice," he told James over breakfast. "Why should we trust her now?" James nodded, understanding their anger. He'd felt it too, but Claire's wisdom guided him. "She's facing her consequences," Claire said, squeezing his hand. "You don't need to fix her." James agreed, focusing on his new life. He and Claire planned a trip to Big Sur, a chance to celebrate their future. Sophie and Noah begged to join, their laughter a balm to James's heart. Then came a bombshell. Sophie found a letter in Lauren's old desk left behind during the move. It was from Alex, dated years before their marriage, apologizing for leaving her at the altar. "I wasn't ready," he wrote. "You deserve better." Sophie read it aloud, her voice trembling. "This is why she's so messed up, Dad. She's been chasing the ghost." James's pity deepened, but so did his resolve. Lauren's past didn't excuse her choices. He tucked the letter away, choosing not to confront her. It was her burden, not his. Lauren's next TikTok video marked a shift. Filmed at a community center, she spoke softly. "I'm volunteering now, helping women rebuild. I lost my family chasing a dream that wasn't real." "I'm sorry, James, Sophie, Noah." She looked into the camera, eyes clear. "I'm not asking for forgiveness, just a chance to be better." The comments praised her growth, but James didn't watch. Noah did, texting him, "She's trying, but it's too late for us." Sophie agreed, setting firm boundaries. "We'll talk when we're ready, Mom." James proposed to Claire on a cliff overlooking the Pacific, the ring glinting in the sunset. She said yes, tears in her eyes, and Sophie and Noah cheered when they heard. The wedding was intimate, friends, family, and the kids toasting their new chapter. Lauren wasn't invited, but Sophie mentioned she'd started therapy, volunteering more. James hoped she'd find peace, but his heart was with Claire. "You've given me a second chance," he told her, dancing under the stars. Claire smiled. "We're giving it to each other." The final twist came when Lauren sent James an email, her words raw. "I saw you at the wedding through Sophie's post. You're happy, and I'm glad. I was wrong to blame you. I'm working on myself, but I know I've lost you all." James read it, his heart heavy but resolute. He didn't reply, choosing silence over anger. Claire, reading over his shoulder, said, "She's learning." "That's enough." James nodded, closing the laptop. Lauren's consequences, strained ties with her kids, a solitary life, were hers to bear. As summer faded, James and Claire hosted a barbecue, Sophie and Noah joking with friends. The kids had grown closer to James, their trust in him unwavering. Lauren's attempts to reconnect were met with caution. Sophie met her for coffee once, but Noah kept his distance. James found peace in letting go, his revenge not in anger but in living well. One evening, as he and Claire watched the waves crash, he realized he was free. Lauren's betrayal had broken him, but it led to a life richer than he'd imagined, a family rebuilt, a love renewed, and a future bright with promise.